Hi, welcome to Luxury in Moderation, where we appreciate the finer things in life without going overboard. My name's Joanne, and on this channel, I love to talk about all things luxury lifestyle. So if you like this kind of content, please remember to like and subscribe to this channel. In today's video, I would love to share my wish list for 2024, and it's not going to be your typical luxury wish list that you see on YouTube. Actually, the list is quite short, so hopefully this will just be a very short and sweet video. But I felt like I still wanted to make this video firstly, to keep myself accountable. You know, if I say that this is my intention and I share that with others, it's like you guys can see, you know, this is what I hope for and this is my aim for the year. And secondly, just to remind myself that this is very important for me, you know, on this channel where I talk about a lot of material luxury things, my wish list is kind of pointing me in a different direction for this year, and I'm very excited about it, so I wanted to share that with you as well. So the very first thing that is on my 2024 wish list is to do more high quality travel. So last year in 2023, I also mentioned that I wanted to do a lot more traveling, which I did, and I did a lot of traveling for work, I did a lot of traveling for personal time, and while I really enjoyed those experiences, I definitely felt a little bit burned out because it was just a lot of flying, a lot of, you know, living in hotels and being in a different time zone. So this year, I actually want to travel a little bit less than last year, but make sure that it's very quality travel. So for example, having a better cabin as I'm flying through the air and just making sure I'm staying at very nice places. So a lot of my disposable income is going to be devoted to that pursuit. Every year, I like to visit at least one new country. I've been to many countries now, and I'm very proud of the fact that I'm still exploring more different strange places because it's a way for me to grow and to learn about other cultures. So this year, I definitely want to plan a really big trip to a European country, which I've never been to before. And hopefully, you know, I'm going to be concentrating most of my expenses to that trip where I can feel relaxed as I'm traveling in the plane as I arrive, and I'm not going to feel rushed and, you know, just being uncomfortable in a cramped space. So that is my main wish list item. Then there are a few other material things that I do have my eye on. So as I have talked about in several videos, I have wanted a leather crossbody bag that I thought the Loewe puzzle bag was going to be, you know, filling that place in my collection. Unfortunately, I just don't think that I'm edgy enough to carry the Loewe puzzle bag. As much as I loved how, you know, quiet luxury it was, you didn't know what bag it was unless you knew. The asymmetrical and leaning lines of the puzzle bag just was a little bit too cool for my vibe. I am not that edgy. I dress really plainly and I just couldn't get along with it. So I did sell that bag back to Fashionphile, and throughout the entire year, you know, I can't tell you how long I feel like I've been searching for this perfect crossbody bag where I can take on vacation, where it's still luxurious and the quality is still wonderful, but it's not like screaming luxury, so I don't feel targeted as a tourist. And it has a zipper because, you know, as a tourist, I want to bring something that's very secure. I don't want just a flat bag where, you know, someone's hand could easily reach into it. But unfortunately, most of the luxury brand crossbody bags that I've come across do not have a zipper. I can't tell you how many times I have tried on the Louis Vuitton Speedies. I tried on the Speedy 20, the Speedy 25, even tried on the men's version, which is the Keep All 25, something like that. And, you know, I've never been able to just go ahead and purchase those bags because I just feel like something's off about it. The Speedy just seems so thick and bulky to me. Like, it's very wide, but I've definitely tried on a lot of them, just trying to talk myself into thinking, you know, this is the bag. Well, this past winter, I actually, out of the corner of my eye, saw this bag at Todd's that I think would fit the bill perfectly. So it is a crossbody bag, and you know, Todd's is a brand that doesn't get mentioned a lot. I think it's very under the radar. I feel like Celine used to be under the radar, and then it's kind of risen above to be more in the spotlight, whereas Todd's is still very much, you know, not talked about on YouTube. I've grown up with Todd's because my mom has always had a Todd's bag, so I know how good quality leather they have. It's just not a very cool brand. It is kind of like a mom brand, I feel, you know, with very minimal designs, nothing that stands out too much, and maybe nothing that appeals to this younger crowd. But I do want to explore this particular crossbody bag from Todd's. I think it will be exactly what I'm looking for with a zipper, and so that is also on my wish list, but not something that I want to pursue immediately, maybe later in the year when all of my travel has been done. The next item on my wish list is to eat healthier. So I feel like this is kind of everyone's New Year's resolution, but for me, the more specific I make it, I think the better you know, I'm able to visualize this goal in my head. So for me, I do want to eat more organic foods. I see the organic foods now, but they're usually more expensive. So, you know, usually it's not my first choice. But for this year, I want to prioritize more of my disposable income to those higher quality groceries. I do think it's important for me to, you know, understand what I'm putting in my body, and the less chemicals there is, the probably better it is. So I know that that is going to increase my grocery bill. So for me, it's like, that's the choice of where my money is going, right? Is my money going to buy another, you know, material thing for myself, or is it going to buy this more expensive food? And so that is a conscious choice that I want to make this year, and something that I do want to put my money towards. The next item on my wish list is a bracelet, and I do have an Hermes bracelet in mind. This bracelet is from their fine jewelry collection, and I've had my eye on it for at least a year now, I would say, or at least it feels like a year. Maybe, you know, 6 months. It just feels longer when you're, you know, wanting something and not getting it. But I'm not a person who can wear a bangle because I do a lot of computer work, and when I'm working, my wrist is always hitting the table and it's very loud and uncomfortable, and I even end up taking off my watch usually at work. So I feel like I don't want one of those, you know, love bracelets or Justin Clues. You know, those are hard metal pieces that I wouldn't be able to wear every day, only on the days that I don't go to work, which just seems like a terrible, you know, cost per wear. So I would really love to have a bracelet which I can have on all the time, not have to take on and off when I shower, and it would have to be a soft bracelet where, you know, there's chain links and it can mold to the shape of, say, a table or a working laptop. And I also really love the Ex Libris print that Hermes has. It kind of reminds me of like a Roman or a Greek coin, that kind of looking thing, which I love. And so I'm actually going to do another video specifically on like watches and jewelry, which I think will be kind of interesting since I've been looking in that space. It's not super high on my wish list, but it's definitely you know, something that, you know, maybe I can save a little money towards as the year goes on. And the final thing on my wish list this year, which I guess is not even a thing, it's more of like a goal or an aim that I have, is to spend more time reading and less time shopping. So something I've realized about myself is that, you know, I go shopping when I'm feeling bored, you know, I have nothing else to do, I'm just scrolling and I see beautiful things and I'm like, wow, wouldn't it be great to own this? So that's kind of where a lot of discretionary income goes. But I definitely want to be more conscious of how I spend my time. And you know, if my time is occupied by something else, then I will definitely just naturally have less time to shop. That's actually also why I kind of do these YouTube videos. It's a way to spend my time where I'm not spending money, but I'm actually kind of generating some revenue. And so it's a great way to distract me from, you know, the mindless consumerism that we are kind of taught to do in the US. So I do have a lot of books that are just waiting to be read, and I feel like it would be more effective if I come up with a schedule of like, I need to read, you know, X hours in every week, or, you know, I need to read every weekend. I haven't gotten that far yet. We're kind of seeing how my new job shakes out, but you know, I'm hopeful. I think that this is something a lot of us struggle with. You know, when you have nothing else to do, you kind of go on your website, you click on those promotional emails that all of the different stores are sending us all the time, and you really get sucked into, ooh, this is new and pretty and I want to own it. So I just want to put my attention to a place where, you know, I'm not mindlessly spending money. So that concludes my wish list for 2024. I would love to hear what your guys' wish lists are, even if they are a lot of material things, right? I do feel like even in past years when I had a lot of material things on my wish list, a list just kind of keeps you on track for the year. You can go back and reference it and change it if you need to, but at least it's the starting point to guide you and kind of narrow down all the crazy choices that you have in this world. So I think having a list is very useful, and I'm very happy to share mine today. I hope this video was helpful or interesting for you, and if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below. I would love to be a resource for you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!